Good day to everyone. And lastly, we have the set 3, which is more complex than our first two sets of example. We have class bank account, the attributes, account holder, account number, and balance. And it has methods, deposit, withdraw, and check status. Dito na natin ma-apply lahat ng basic concepts on OOP. We have the encapsulation, the constructor, and the methods. So let's take it one by one. So let's start by creating a class for our bank account. So we'll declare it public class bank account. We'll declare all attributes and apply encapsulation. So our attributes, we have account holder, account number, and balance. So declare natin as private string account holder and account number. Declare natin as string because there are some account numbers na hindi lang plain numbers. At the same time, it doesn't perform any calculation or any computation. Pwede pa rin na declare natin siya as string. And then the balance. So we will declare it as double because it is a currency. So tendency, there are cents on it. So private double balance. Next, let's proceed with the second. Create a parameterized constructor for all the attributes. So same name with the class, that is bank account. Then we'll declare string account holder, string account account number, and double balance. So we have initialized the account holder, account number, and balance. Create a method, deposit. So it will hold one parameter. So this 3, 4, and 5 are examples of accessor methods, but this time, hindi na lang siya nagde-display, particularly yung 3 and 4, hindi na lang siya nagde-display ng attributes, but rather, it perform calculations. We will be declaring deposit method, so public void deposit, and it will hold one parameter, a double data type. So may condition dyan. So the amount to be deposited should be added to the balance. So i-consider natin na yung i-deposit natin, maa-add siya doon sa balance. Kung ano man, yung amount na yon maa-add doon sa ating balance. So we will be using plus equals or addition assignment plus equal amount. Or this is similar to balance, I will just put it in a comment, equals balance plus amount. So kumbaga, kung ano man yung balance at magde-deposit ka, maa-add doon sa balance mo. Yun yung maidadagdag. I'll just put it in a comment, yung plus equals or yung addition assignment. Then, mag-display system.out.println. You have deposited, for example, PHP plus amount. Next, let's proceed with withdraw method. So it will hold another amount. Consider the amount to be withdrawn should be less than or equal to the current balance. Otherwise, it will display a failure message. So therefore, ang isipin natin dito is makakapag-withdraw ka lang kapag less than or equal sa balance na meron ka. Otherwise, syempre hindi ka makaka-withdraw, failure message will be displayed. So, declare ulit natin, public void withdraw, another double amount. So, gagamit tayo ngayon dito ng conditional statement. If, ano yung consider natin dito, yung amount na i-withdraw mo is less than or equal sa balance, ibig sabihin, makakapag-withdraw ka. And at the same time, yung balance mo, mababawasan din. So, babawasan muna natin yung balance. So, balance, we will be using the subtraction assignment or minus equals amount. Or other term natin dyan, I'll put it in a comment, your balance now is equal to balance minus amount. Siyempre, nag-withdraw ka, kung ano man yung balance mo, ima-minus na sa i-withdraw mo, yun na yung remaining balance. So, lagyan natin ng statement, system.out.println, you withdraw amount. Of course, if hindi na-meet itong requirement, for example, yung amount is greater than the balance, hindi siya makakapag-withdraw. So, we will be using now the else. Else, insufficient balance. So, I hope hindi nyo nakakalimutan yung conditional statements. Now, let's proceed with the last one. Check status. So, i-display niya yung account information and the current balance. It's just merely displaying public void check status. So, display lang natin yung account holder, account number, and balance. So, we are through with our user-defined class. It will hold the attributes account holder, account number, and the balance. It has a parameterized constructor. It has a deposit method, a withdraw method, and a check status method. Now, let's proceed with the last two, which is creating objects and calling the methods created. This is in our main class or our Java application class. So again, we will be creating another file. I'll repeat, ang location natin or folder natin sinave itong naunang class, doon rin natin ito isi-save para madali niyang hanapin yung class. So, we will just add demo or Java app. So, gawin naman natin itong Java app. Bank account Java app. Public class bank account Java app. Then, our main method. So, create two objects using the defined constructor. So, this time, create tayo ng dalawang object. So, the name of our class is bank account. So, name natin yung isa, account Ana is equal to new bank account. So, it will hold account holder, account number, and balance. So, kung papansinin na babasa na nung ating program kung ilan yung parameters na i-hold niya. So, string, balance. String, double. So, account holder muna, Ana de los Santos, example. Then, account number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then, balance, example, 5,000. And then, create ulit tayo ng isa pang object. So, this time naman, Clara David, 8964738. And ang balance is 3,000. And lastly, we will call and display the results using the methods created. Start for Ana, count Ana, deposit. Like example, ang ide-deposit niya ay 8,000. And then again, ang i-withdraw niya ulit is 2,000. And then, check status. Okay, for Clara, count Clara naman. Okay, so example, ang ide-deposit niya is 10,000. Count Clara, ang i-withdraw niya is 15,000. Let's try to check. Clara.check status. Check natin. May error yung program natin. Hindi pala account balance yung pangalan. It should be balance. Okay, so balance, check natin. Start tayo dito kay Ana. You have deposited 8,000. You withdrew 2,000. Kay Ana muna tayo. So, Ana de los Santos, ang kanyang balance is 5,000. So, nag-deposit siya ng 8,000. So, ilan na yung amount niya? 8 plus 5, that is 13. Tapos, nag-withdraw siya ng 2,000. So, 13 minus 2, we have 11,000. So, tama yung ating formula dito, format. Okay, napagpasa ng values. So, deposit, sa withdraw. Next, we have Clara. For Clara, ang kanyang balance is 3,000. Nag-deposit siya ng 10,000. Tapos, nag-withdraw siya ng 15. Pero kung titignan mo, 3,000 plus 10,000, that is 13,000, tas ang withdraw niya is 15. So, insufficient balance. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, hindi siya naka-withdraw kasi nga sobra yung withdraw niya. Okay? Following codes here. So, ang nangyari, hindi siya naka-withdraw. So, ang account balance niya is still 13,000. Na-add yung existing balance niya na 3,000 saka 10,000. So, 13,000. Wala siyang na-withdraw kasi sobra yung withdraw. These are examples of applying constructors. Actually, these are just basic examples of constructors. So, I hope you have learned something new with regards to this topic. For any clarifications, feel free to message me. Thank you and have a good day to everyone.